If you're earning over $140,000 a year and still renting in Toronto, well, you're not alone. A new report shows the average renter in Toronto earns about $142,000 a year, is around 34 years old, and still pays roughly $2,600 a month in rent. So even high income earners are still renting, which leads to the real question. Is buying in Toronto actually that hard, or is buying just not worth it anymore? Well, let's take a deeper look. If you try to buy a $1 million home the traditional way with 20% down, you would need around $235,000 of savings to buy in Toronto. Most renters don't have that. Your monthly payments would also be around $4,700 a month, even if you have this cash, given that you have high mortgage payments for Toronto houses. So that is higher than renting. These are the two biggest things that's stopping a lot of people from considering home ownership. But you really need to wrap your head around the long-term view. For that $1 million house, even if it just grows at 2% a year in line with inflation, well, that is $20,000 in appreciation a year. Plus, you pay down roughly $14,000 a year in mortgage principal as well. So even though that total monthly payment is $4,700 a month, your true cost ends up being closer to $1,800 a month. Still, most people do not have $4,700 a month to pay out of pocket, nor do they have $235,000 saved up, even if they believe in this long-term upside. But that's where a different strategy does come into play, and this is actually how many of our team members at Elevate bought their first home. So instead of buying a single family home just for yourself, you would have to buy one with multiple units. For example, you buy a house with 3 units, you live in one of them, a 2-bedroom unit, for example, and you rent out the other 2. So with those 2 rental units, you might be able to generate around $4,000 of rents a month. And because of that, this ends up solving your monthly payment issue right away. Your out-of-pocket drops down to only $700 a month, which ends up being lower than renting. And you'd still benefit from appreciation and principal paydown. So instead of your home costing you money, now your house actually makes you $2,400 every single month. Now, what if you don't have $235,000 saved up? Well, you can bring down this down payment through an insured mortgage, and you can pay as little as 7.5% down on a $1 million purchase. So that basically comes out to around $110,000 in savings that you need. So a lot less than the $235,000. But because your mortgage amount does go up, your out-of-pocket costs also increase, so you end up being out of pocket $1,300 a month instead of that $700, but still it's lower than renting, and you continue to build money from appreciation and equity. In this case, your house makes you around $2,000 a month instead of costing you each month. But this is also important. Even if buying is financially worth it, it's still not possible for everyone, especially in Toronto, because prices are high and you'd still need a lot to qualify. In the lowest down payment scenario, remember, you still need around $110,000 in savings and roughly $130,000 in household income. And if you want to be safe and give yourself better options and some buffer for renovations, I would actually aim for closer to $150,000 of household income and $150,000 in savings. If you are in this range, you're likely in a solid position to explore this strategy seriously. Like I said, this is how many people on our team bought our first homes, and also how our clients bought their first homes. And then with the strategy, they were able to move on more quickly to buy more properties. In Toronto today, The opportunity really isn't in guessing where prices will go anymore. It is to use rental income and extra units to make home ownership more affordable. The market is a lot more stable in Toronto, and values will grow steadily over the long run. And if you structure things properly, your home can become an asset that continues to build your wealth more quickly. So if you do want to explore this strategy more, we can help. Here at Elevate, we're not just a real estate sales brokerage, we own multiplexes ourselves too. And we can help you figure out whether this approach works for you, find the right opportunities, run the numbers, negotiate to buy you the best deal, plan renovations if you need it. And if you need it as well, we can take care of leasing and property management for you too. So if you do want to see how this could work for your unique situation, just book a free call with us right here and let's go through your options together.